already going. Okay, here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maurice.
And Emery.
And Emery. And we're on our way to the con, the summer con. And we're gonna see what Tesla can do.
Tesla.
The Tesla we call Tesla. And away we go. Okay. So we're gonna navigate to Washington State Fair. This is the location. It's calculating the route. It is still calculating. And still calculating. Alright. So 33 minutes, 21 miles. Pretty good distance. So I'm sure there'll be parts of this video that I'll fast forward. We can put a little music in the background if all goes well. This is now my fourth attempt at recording a decent video.
You should put elevator music in the background.
Oh, I like my little intro. It was like. Okay, so this first turn here is quite precarious. Luckily, it's not heavily trafficked on weekends, so that was pretty simple and smooth for it, I would say.
Yeah.
We went to this con yesterday and it was quite trafficy. It was like the rush hour on a Friday evening, so
exactly at 3.
yeah, we ran into some crazy scenarios that Tesla had some difficulties with, but overall it was pretty
It was good.
pretty good score, I would say. Give it a 4 out of 5 on a scale of 5, right?
Yeah. And there's probably gonna be less traffic now.
Oh, I bet you it gets there. How many disengagements do you predict?
I'm saying 2.
2? Okay. How many interventions? Because you know the difference, right? The intervention is where I just have to push the gas or something because it's gonna make someone angry because we're slowing them down and annoying other drivers on the road. Whereas a disengagement is it's imminently gonna crash or something. Cause a fiery accident. We better take over kind of situation.
I'll say 1 disengagement and
okay.
maybe.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Right. Sometimes there's just it gets a little crazy. It'll sometimes it's not its fault. Sometimes where it'll someone else will pull out in front of it.
Yeah.
You'll have to stop it. That's not really the Tesla's fault when there's bad drivers on the road. But I'm saying that there's probably a chance that there's a bad driver on the road that we're gonna run into.
Or sometimes when I'll disengage, it's because I have to I obviously see that the car isn't gonna make it into a turn lane fast enough to again not block a car. So technically that's a disengagement, but again it's just me being courteous to the other drivers. I don't want to hold anyone up or block a lane unnecessarily. So
yeah,
let's try this.
I think 3 interventions.
Maybe 3. Okay.
Maybe
well,
3.
So far we're 0. So we've already gone almost a mile, and knock on the wood paneling of the beautiful Tesla Model Y dashboard. This is a Model Y, by the way. 2021. Bought it last year. My daughter and I, who's again with me, went on an amazing road trip. We ended up going to 3 national parks and 4 different states, I think, over 2 weeks.
I mean, it was great, even in the early stages of having this Tesla.
Yeah, we had the full self-driving software and the beta status, and I said, let's go see what it can do.
Yeah.
And it performed pretty well.
That was before all these updates and stuff.
For sure.
I think it was great. Honestly, it's so impressive now that it can navigate cities like this. Before when we were on a road trip, it was basically open roads.
Mm-hmm.
So for that one time when it took us down on that dirt road.
Oh goodness, yeah. So the most hilarious story of all, of our FSD testing was when we were on our way back home. We were driving through Oregon, and Tesla had somewhere in its data, road traffic data, that there was some sort of slowdown on the freeway we were on because of a fire on the side of the highway. and so it wanted to avoid that, and it rerouted us to kind of a alternate route. And what ended up happening is it took us way off into the boonies of Central Oregon, and eventually onto a dirt road that we had to spend 30 miles on a crazy dirt road with cows all over the place, and these
dirt and gravel road on a low battery
on a low battery
in the middle of nowhere in Marion, with like cows and animals on the side of the road and steep drop-offs right next to us on a little tiny road.
Super sketchy, super scary, because there was no going back. We had gone too far to go back to the charging station where we could have like kind of started all over and gone, you know, down the freeway and taken our chances with the roadside fire. But we were just committed. There was literally nowhere else to go. We were beyond the point of no return.
We did get kind of some cool views though.
We got an adventure. We got our money's worth as far as our adventure is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, got to see wildlife, random streets in Oregon, in the middle of Oregon.
And to its credit, it did get us to the next charging station like it had predicted and was, you know, had planned out. But we were definitely a lot dustier, and it took a good couple hours once we got back to Seattle here to clean out the dust from every single crevice that it had gotten itself into. Ugh, that was kind of a mess, but again, you know, it is what it is.
Going down to those beaches, to all those little trails, off roads.
Yeah.
Dirty.
But other than that, I mean, we went to Yellowstone, right? There was such beautiful scenery there. We got up into Montana, and
were we able to take it to what's it called?
Glacier. Yeah, so that was the other bummer, is there aren't enough charging stations in northern Montana, northwestern Montana to be specific.
Yep, that's Montana.
We had planned on using a charging station that was kind of, I think, the American standard, or whatever they call those. I can't think of the name of it at the moment, but it was the ones that charges all the other non-Teslas basically, and supposedly we had an adapter that would work to get us charged up there, so I went for it. Fortunately, we got there and there was an adapter that we didn't have, and that sucked because we had driven again to the point of no return, and we ended up being okay. We had to stay in a room at a Red Lion who did have a trickle charger on site, and we used that. But if it hadn't been for that, we'd have been in big trouble. So please, Tesla team and Elon Musk, if you're listening,
Elon Musk,
put some supercharging stations in Whitefish, Montana, maybe, or what else was up there? Can't think of the other big town that we were in, but yeah, that could be useful. And we did see some Teslas, but I think they probably had home chargers, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the way they had to do it up there. Honestly, I never use supercharger stations here in Seattle because I just use my home charger.
I mean, honestly, I think it's like harder to have a Tesla down there because it's so much open road where there's no place to even put a charger. It's a lot of farmland and stuff, and people that have farms don't have a use for electric cars and stuff.
Long distances, yeah.
They gotta drive long distances on like gas, even though they can charge it.
Okay, so see, I see Tesla is not getting over when it should, so I'm curious. Oh, okay. No, actually, it's doing good. My mistake. It wants to go 167, which actually, yesterday it didn't want to do this. And again, it's because it probably is going by traffic data, but today it's all clear. It's the morning and free as a bird. And actually, this is the way I would normally go anyway. So I don't think we're going to get any interventions. I'm going to call it right now.
Okay.
I think if we just keep having our conversation about this, the car's listening, and it's
kind of creepy.
It's feeling good about itself.
It's a little creepy.
You think? No? Okay, maybe it's too creepy. Well, They do have a camera that's watching us. Oh, now it's wanting to turn here. Interesting. Doesn't even want to get on the freeway.
What?
But it is going to wait for the red. So here's an interesting thing. One of the other YouTubers has always complained that the vehicle takes free rights on red in their state, which it's illegal. But here in our state, we are allowed to take free rights on a red. And since they've updated the software, it now doesn't. So I'm happy for that person, but not so happy for us, because here in Washington, we could be going right now.
I feel like they should make
kill
it.
us, but and it can be a little dangerous to just jump out there. You can see there's okay, it's still hesitant. I am going to give it a little gas. Oh no, it wasn't turning right. Okay, I take that back. It's still doing perfect. That wasn't even an intervention. I thought it wanted to turn right and go along the road that kind of parallels the freeway. Impressive.
I couldn't notice.
I would have missed that lantern. I probably would have gone that other lane and gone the wrong way. So good job.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
I am too.
So it's right out the gate. Smooth. Nice turn. Just perfection so far, and actually it looks like, yeah, we're gonna get there with 0 interventions. I mean, we're coming up to some traffic. This will be the biggest test, but it's literally a straight line from here, so we haven't had to do too much city driving. Most of what we just did was on the freeway, and it always does good on freeways. It has for quite some time, but city driving is the bigger test, and it just jumped in this lane, which again is probably a good thing, because up here we have to turn left anyways, so I like it. There's a setting on here I've noticed I'm going to use. It's
You have to turn right.
lane change notifications,
What was the point
minimal
of getting
lane
this
changes for current drive. No, the fare's on the right, and we're going to park on the left, remember?
Oh.
No, last time we went the wrong way. We went out and around and all the way around. We basically did a circle around the entire fairgrounds. But we didn't know where the entrance was, so now we do.
What's Starbucks again? Sounds good. That chai was really good.
Yeah. Make good chai. I think.
I always get a caramel frappuccino.
Yeah.
Red, white, and kaboom. 4th of July.
Okay, now it wants to get in this lane. It is slowing down. Okay. That was a little bit of a brake check for no reason, and a phantom get in the other lane. I just said minimal lane changes and just got,
What's the point?
It made a lane change. So that's, again, some buggy stuff that can be sorted out, but I'm not going to dock it any points for that. It didn't bother anything. It's going to get in the right lane here in a minute, I'm sure.
It did kind of probably bother the person that it just brake checked behind it, though.
maybe, but
Maybe. I know I would be pissed if some Tesla just like brake checked me for no reason in the middle of the street
yeah.
while I'm just driving down.
Well, maybe that's why I still need to get that sticker I want to print out that says AI driving vehicle.
Dude, you should. Actually,
please
do
be
that.
patient.
Please do that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get a magnet though. I don't want to put any stickers on the vehicle, but I'll get a magnet. So this is Old Puyallup. Puyallup's an old town, just outside of Tacoma. It's kind of in between Seattle and Tacoma. It's a really quaint little town, actually. A lot of history.
It's not going to get over because it thinks that we're turning into there.
No, it's showing a straight line. Look at
I know.
the mapping.
It's not going to get over to the other lane because.
Well, let's not judge it. Let's see what it does. You seem
it.
very negative on it right now. Let's just see what happens. It actually wants to take a right, so it is in the right lane. Technically, it thinks we're going there. So it's routed itself to a point where it believes is its destination, but where we're going to go is left, so I will disengage before we make the right, and I'll get over in the left lane, you know.
Yeah, but it makes sense that it would be turning that way anyway, because that's technically where the fairgrounds are.
Well, the parking lot we went to yesterday is the correct parking lot, I would think, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually probably disengage here in a second. It's got a little shaky there, but it sees people. It's always careful around pedestrians, I've noticed, so this will be another good test. We've got
thank God
quite a few people here.
And it's kind of a good thing that it's careful around pedestrians.
We like it.
We like it.
This is a cool little park. What is this? Pioneer Park. So can't say I've actually been to Puyallup very often, but it looks like they got a little farmer's market, and Tesla is gonna just cruise right on through that crosswalk. There was, I guess, no reason not to. It's pretty aggressive. It hasn't done anything super incorrect though, so I haven't had to intervene. So wow, this is still 100%, I think.
Yeah.
Have we had any interventions or disengagements?
No, I'm impressed, honestly.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
That's a long drive.
That's a 30-minute drive.
That's a 30 mile, or what was it, 25 mile drive. And it's being careful here. It sees the pedestrians and stops. Beautiful. Wow, Tesla, you bet. Oh, don't thank me, thank my car.
Oh, don't thank me, thank my car. I wouldn't have stopped for you.
Yeah. All right, now, so I am going to disengage because, again, it wants to go right. So that's the end of the trip, y'all. We had 100% drive status, so hip hip hooray.
Woo.
But yeah, we do need to park in this parking lot up to the left, and again, the vehicle doesn't know about this parking lot that we're going to use, so I'll let this person ahead. But yeah, I think that's it for now. This is Maurice and Emery with Tesla YouTube channel, and please hit like and subscribe if you like this content. We'll bring you a lot more in the future, hopefully, and we'll talk to you soon.
Heck yeah.